The Village of Lincoln Heights regular council meeting is now in session. Today's date is Monday, July 22nd, 2024. The time is 8:25. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber. No response. Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munya.
Present.
Councilman Durance Daniels. No response. Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Present.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Present.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter.
Present.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumphrey.
Present.
We have 5 who are present, 2 who are absent. We do have a quorum.
Thank you. May the prayer that was during committee of whole sustain for the regular council meeting. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance now.
Uh-oh.
I wanted to make a clarification on the prayer from the public hearing. All right. Okay. Motion in order for the acceptance of the agenda.
Move to accept the agenda as presented. Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Right. Motion in order for the filing of the journal for the committee of the whole meeting minutes from July 8th, along with the regular council meeting minutes from July 8th, both with any necessary corrections.
So move. Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Okay. May the record show that Councilwoman Baber is in the
returned.
meeting. Thank you. All right.
Say aye, Mayor. I didn't
Yes.
hear all ayes.
Aye. They all said aye. All right. Okay. Is there any announcements, Councilwoman Calhoun Munya?
No announcement.
Thank you. All right. Any announcements, Councilwoman Baber? No announcements at this time. Okay. Councilwoman Key?
No announcements.
Councilwoman Mitchell?
I don't have an announcement for upcoming events as yet, but I do want to thank all those individuals who came out to our Shakespeare in the Park and our CSO event with the youth so that they could experience using different musical events. I think it was a good turnout, and we just thank all those who participated. Good success.
Is there any pantry coming up? I know we don't have council meeting next month, so did you want to announce any food pantry?
Okay. Well, August 3rd is our pantry. It will be at the Lincoln Heights Health Center, sponsored with St. Simon's Church and Omega Psi Phi fraternity, Beta Iota. Then we have one of our second piece of our Lincoln Heights Family Fine Arts Series, where we will be asking parents and children to come out and create art masterpieces at St. Monica's, and that will be August 10th from 11 to 3. And also on that day, August 10th, the Lincoln Heights Health Center will be having their back-to-school event like they normally do, where children can get immunizations and backpacks, and they also do bike giveaways. And that's from 8:30 to 3, and individuals, parents are asked to call down and make appointments to the health center to get immunizations.
All right, thank you. Vice Mayor?
In addition to what Councilwoman Mitchell has given you, we will have what is called National Night Out on Tuesday, August the 6th. On Saturday, artists and residents. Is that still going to happen?
That's July 10th. Yeah.
July.
July.
August.
It's August the 10th, and Sunday, August 11th, is Artists in Residence. And then, of course, we have the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast on the 24th, followed by a Day of Love with Lincoln Heights Missionary Baptist Church, where they will have a carnival-type day. It starts out with 10 o'clock service, and then it goes from there into fun and festive activities. So this event will include a variety of free food and drinks and zoo, petting zoo, back to school book bags, haircuts, hairdressing, and much, much more. On Saturday, August 31st, the Village of Lincoln Heights Parade Day at 10 a.m. On Saturday, September the 14th, I'm going to ask you this, so you're still going to have the Lincoln Heights Music Review?
Yes, our music review, we plan to highlight music from former residents, current residents of the Village of Lincoln Heights, to include spotlighting the Isley Brothers, Big Ed Thompson, spoken word from Nikki Giovanni using her poems, and Lorraine Daniels, also from Lincoln Heights.
Okay, please give me the information so I can put it on this door hanger. So you don't have to try to remember this. I am doing a door hanger for the Village of Lincoln Heights, and as soon as I get all the information from Mitchell and some other people here, then we can get this document done and put on doors. I just need volunteers to get them out, to go from door to door, take a street or two, and make sure that every citizen in the Village of Lincoln Heights know what's going on. We want to be transparent, and we want people to come out to these activities. Thank you, Mr. Memon, our interim village manager, for allowing us to do that, or going along with what we're doing, not allowing, but actually saying yes and got on board with it. So that is all for me. And let me say, the Shakespeare in the Park was nice. That was just done, and it missed our flyer, or our hanger, door hanger. I'm done.
Okay. All right, only thing I have is which we're gonna have one of our honorees from the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast is gonna come before us, but we're very excited about the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast. And so we're looking out for the residents. We'll start, flyers will be going out the first part of next week. But just remember, we'll do the robocalls for that, but you must RSVP to the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast that will be held at Lincoln Heights Elementary. Once again, that is August the 24th from 10 to 12:30. That's all that I have. So we'll go straight into the agenda with our first speaker, Mr. Deron Hunter. Which Mr. Hunter, he's coming, but he is one of our honorees this year. So I asked him, he has a lot going on, so he'll be able to tell you about himself.
So, first of all, good evening.
Good evening.
I hope that I can bring a smile or two to you guys' faces. It's been busy. As I listened in, hopefully I can put a smile on your face before I leave here tonight. I want to thank the Lord, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for allowing me this moment to be here. Lincoln Heights, I grew up in Lincoln Heights all my life. My parents was here. My father even built that stone wall that's going up to the field. My dad built that. So we have a lot of history in Lincoln Heights. I started in the projects at 5 years old. We moved to 955 Matthews Drive. Then we moved to 691 Jackson. And then we moved to 1032 Shepherd Lane down here, was my last stop. So I think that, I love Lincoln Heights. I always have. Even when I went away to college, I told them in the program, put me down for Lincoln Heights. I'm not from Cincinnati.
It's Cincinnati.
I'm from Lincoln Heights.
That's
And I
right.
always will be. I don't care where I live. I will always be from Lincoln Heights. But right now, I work for the Urban League. So I'm a community outreach advocate. And we have a lot of programs that I know can help Lincoln Heights as a city. And so every year I do a Thanksgiving basket giveaway where last year we gave away 300 baskets to families that were in need. And the need is growing because of the economy. And so I work hard to try to get those things accomplished. This year we did it at Withrow, we did it at Sycamore High School. This year we're doing it at Woodline Recreation Center, but I'm from Lincoln Heights.
Hello.
I'm just gonna throw that out there. I'm from Lincoln Heights. So I wanna come back home. So what I'm looking for is a landing spot. I wanna land back home because there's a lot of things that we can offer. We have a program called HOC program. We help young men who have felonies on their records and they need a job. A lot of times it's not the felonies anymore that's stopping guys from getting jobs. They don't wanna work. We can help guys get work. Felony has nothing to do with it anymore. People need people that want to work, so we can help them do that. We have what we call a construction program, Building Futures. Excellent program for anybody that wants to be in construction. We have a program called Black Women in Tech for any young ladies that's interested in making a career, a new career, starting all over again, making a career. We have that. We also have a program called SOAR, which SOAR teaches guys how to career development, skill enhancement, personalized coaching, and continuous support. And when you finish that class, they automatically, whatever you studied or took in that class, they'll take you straight to whatever you was trying to be in profession. I'm sorry, that profession you were looking for, they'll take you straight into there. And then we also have a youth program called Urban Champions. We just had a youth summit this past Thursday. We had 280 youth that showed up at Xavier University, and I wish we could have had more. And we had a wonderful time with them, wonderful time. We had all kind of activities for them to do. You know, it kills me when people say that there's nothing for youth to do. There's plenty for youth to do. You know, as parents, you know, growing up, we didn't have those options. This is what you're gonna do. This is what you're gonna do. You know, it wasn't 10 or 12 things on the table, what mom and dad cooked, that's what you was gonna eat. So if it was time to go somewhere, what mom and dad said you going, you was going. It wasn't no option. Kids have too many options. They have too many options. We give them too much leeway. We need to tell them this is what you're gonna do, this is what you need to do. It's not optional. So because of my job, I am an outreach advocate, and I'm in the streets almost every day. And I've been to so many crime scenes I can't tell you, because that's part of my job, to go to crime scenes and see if we can help the families of the victims that's been shot and killed. Going to those crime scenes, I saw so many of our young black males laying in the street dead, and that I have 4 sons of my own, and that just tore me apart. So I went home and I prayed and I asked God, I said, Lord, give me a way that I could help these young men make better choices. So for the last 20 years, I've been working down in the inner city for the last 20-something years. And I've been taking kids on college tours for the last 15, to Camp Joy, to Moorhead, to Ohio State, Kentucky State. I've had kids go to college because of these trips that we're taking them on. So I started my own youth program, which we have a youth program at the Urban League, but I started my own. It's called Future Ambassadors, because I got tired of seeing our young men laying in the street. And it's so hard, you know, when you're looking at a 12-year-old, 11-year-old, 15-year-old, you know, when you're looking at them laying in the street, there's other things that we wish they would have done, but now it's too late. I think about the young man that just graduated from Withrow High School. He graduated on a Friday, Saturday morning. He had got shot and killed. I'm like, what? Huh? So his mom and dad saw him walk across the stage, and then the next time they saw him, they was identifying the body, 18 years old. Come on now. So my passion, my drive, my love is for these young people. And I want to do some things in Lincoln Heights. There's things we can bring to Lincoln Heights. It won't cost you anything. They're free. And I need a landing spot. I took my information up to Lincoln Heights Elementary School. I didn't get a response. I'm still waiting. Hopefully I will one day. I want to land in Lincoln Heights. This is my home. You know, this is my home. This is where I grew up at. This is what I love. I love Lincoln Heights. You know, I want to be anything that you guys need me to be able to do. The Urban League has doors that we used to couldn't come out of the city of Cincinnati. Everything had to be done in the city. But now they opened it up. And I was waiting on that. Ooh, you done let me loose? you done let me get loose? So my first thing is, and I'm going to say this last thing, and then I took students from Euler, from Withrow, and I took students from Princeton. Took them to Miami University to a football game. That's 3 different high schools, right? The kids, I work with a lot of inner city kids because that's where my job has me at. The kids from Princeton was horrible. I couldn't believe it. And the kids were looking at me like, Mr. Hunter, you graduated from Princeton. Yeah, yep. But I hadn't spent as much time with those kids as kids in the inner city. And they could see the difference. So my thing is, we got to wrap our arms around these young people, man, and just, we got to get them. We can't wait till they get 18, 19. It's too late. You got to get them down here, you know. And so that's my love. That's my passion. That's what I want to do. I want to help you. I brought these flyers. I'll leave them, you know, for all the programs. If you got any questions, the mayor knows how to get a hold of me. Mr. Ver knows how to get a hold of me. I'm introducing myself to the rest of you all. And Lincoln Heights, I wouldn't change nothing, man, the way we grew up. And it's really sad because these kids don't get to see. You know, I hear people talk about Lincoln Heights, and it makes me sick. If you didn't grow up in Lincoln Heights, you can't tell me about Lincoln. You can tell me what you heard, but you cannot tell me about Lincoln. Lincoln Heights was a family. We were family. From Prairie Street down to Shepherd Lane, and everybody in between, we were a family. I don't know nothing about Johnson Skating Ring. Never saw it. Never saw the inside of Johnson Skating Ring. They was around there fighting. I ain't never been in Johnson Skating Ring when it was there. But we had fun. We could sleep with the doors open, let that cool breeze come in if you didn't have no air conditioning. That's the Lincoln Heights I remember. What if you did something wrong, somebody was going to get you, then your mom and dad was going to get that grand finale when you got home for embarrassment then. That's the Lincoln Heights I'm talking about, where you could speak to everybody, knew everybody. The police walked the beat. They didn't drive no cars. Irvin Martin them walked the beat. Boy, you need me to call? No, we don't need you to call nobody. That's the Lincoln Heights I remember. I don't care. They try to make Lincoln Heights like it's the worst place in the world. You won't get that from me.
Thank you.
You won't get that from me. If you ask me, I say put me back in Lincoln Heights and let me start all over again. Paul Blackwell done coached everybody in this city, and their moms and dads. He coached everybody because we were a family. With that said, thank you guys. I love you, and hopefully we can do business real soon. Thank you.
Before you leave, wait a minute, hold on. I just want to thank you for what you did for a lot of the residents last Christmas, I think Thanksgiving. And so I just want to thank you for that. I know I have a couple of people that I know that when they got the word that you were looking for families in Lincoln Heights, and then allowed them to go out to Sycamore High School and get Thanksgiving baskets. So I thank you for blessing those families because they were in need of help. So thank you so much for giving back.
You're welcome. If you guys know anybody, I do that every year for the last 15 years I've done that. And we started out with 20 families. I started out with just 20 families, and it kept growing, and the need got more. Just like now, it's even more. And so whatever it takes, God has never let me down, and I'm not going to ever let him down. So I'm running for my life, and I'm trying to help people, you know, that's in need. Because, hey, every now and then it don't hurt to ask. Sometimes you never know. You don't know. We don't know where we're going to be the next day. So with that said, anybody got any questions for me? I'm sorry, I should have asked that before I ran
I don't
away.
have any questions, Mayor, but I do want to say that I'll get in touch with you because I do have a resource to help you land here,
Amen. Amen.
even if it's temporary.
That's what I want to do. Let me land. All right? That it? Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Ms. Turner. And we will see you again at the 20th, Mayor's Prayer Breakfast and 20th annual, Legacy Award. It's their 20th anniversary. So you are our honoree, and so we'll be looking forward to honoring you. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye. All right. Next, we have Alandis Powell, the Executive Director of Black Art Speaks Project Executive, and Christian A. Dry. along with the others that are here with them. So you all can come and introduce yourselves.
Madam Mayor, Council, good evening. My name is Christian Dry. I'm here representing Black Art Speaks.
Hi, my name is Landis Powell, and I represent Black Art Speaks as well.
Hello, I'm Asa Featherstone IV. Good to see you all. Thank you all for having us. I'm an artist, photographer, filmmaker.
So to tell you a little bit about our organization and why we stand before you, first of all, thanks again for having us. A couple years ago, we developed Black Art Speaks. I am the founder, and it is based on the Black Lives Matter mural that sits downtown. Hopefully you guys have been able to see the artwork that's down there. After we actually painted that, we built a collaborative of artists. It started off with about 17, now we're over 100, and we actually focus on social justice and the arts. We focus on ensuring that Black artists get paid for the work they do, and actually ensures that they actually have a seat at the table. I am actually a banker by trade. I've been in banking for over 30-something years. I'm retired now, and so I do this full time. But before that, I've always been a social justice advocate in every form of the word. I was the board chair of the Urban League, so when he sat here talking about it, it is wonderful to know that they're going to have programs right here, because the Urban League truly has changed lives. But why I'm here today is, how many of you have heard of Blink? The big Blink. So probably 2 years ago, what I talked with Blink about was the fact that there was no Black representation there, and there wasn't many Black artists, and that unless they found a way to actually include us, we were going to create our own Don't Blink. So in that process, we were able to work something out with them. So during Blink, they will actually be lighting up the Black Lives Matter mural. We'll be redoing it and everything. And it'll be really a great moment, I think, for Black Cincinnati. But we wanted a little more. What we found is that most times in Blink, there's only about 1% of Black people that show up there, although the city spends a lot of money to make it happen. So we put together a proposal with Blink to actually spotlight some of our Black neighborhoods. So many people think of our neighborhoods as less than. So when I put it together, we actually wanted to build 1 to 3 minute videos, if you will, about the neighborhood, talking about the great things as opposed to what normally shows up in the news. We selected Avondale, Roselawn, Lincoln Heights, and Forest Park. I personally was able to select each one, and the reason why I actually selected Lincoln Heights was because of the history behind it, because a lot of people don't know that this was the first Black city, if you will, and that is really not a true part of Cincinnati, and that there's a lot going on here. Just sitting in here reminds me that there's a lot going on here that people don't know about, and I think the more people know, the brighter Lincoln Heights will be. So hopefully you will agree. But with that all said, we have an artist that is actually going to be a part of this initiative. We have the videographer who's actually the director for this, and they will bring together about 3 minutes about Lincoln Heights to ensure we're showing that. It will be on a reel that'll just be going the entire time that Blink is going on, over 4 days. It'll be on a building. Right outside the building is a parking lot. It'll be tables and chairs there. It'll be a place where people can sit down for a minute, and then it'll be busy enough, hopefully the director will make it busy enough where people still get back up and keep going into Blink. Let me stop there to make sure if you have any questions just about that quick summary about what Blink is. And then I'll tell you why we're here. Anything? Okay, so we're here because we need to let you know we're going to be in your neighborhoods. We've already started capturing videos. We have people that we've identified that we want to talk to. We actually have spoken with the mayor. We want to find out if there's anyone else we need to, and we want to get your permission to be here. Anyone that we actually show, we'll get them to sign something, but we wanted to make sure you knew and give you the respect to say we were going to be here, and that you have the right to say, yes, we want you. So I'll stop to see if there's any questions, because we do want to talk about one other initiative that we'll be doing here.
Any questions?
One question, please. As you can develop this 3 minute loop, Will the village have an opportunity to see it and comment on it before it's finalized?
You will have the ability to see it. We were talking about doing a pre-show. You'll comment. He will actually decide what'll be in there. A team we have, the director and the producer, et cetera, will decide, but you will absolutely have the ability to see it.
Okay.
And we'll be doing interviews before it even happens. So that's another thing. We're reaching out to people to actually interview to find out if there's things you want to ensure we capture.
Okay, thank you.
And time is of the essence, because I don't know if you guys know, Blink is October the first week of October, so we're really running fast.
17th.
The 17th, thank you for that. So we're really running fast to make it happen, but we were writing down, as you were saying, things that's going on, so we can actually come and capture some of that footage. We'll go and look to see if there's other things we can find to capture. So we'll ensure that it is tasteful and what would make you proud. I'm positive of that. Okay.
If you give me your email address, I will send you what I talked about when it's finalized.
Okay, great. We'll make sure you get that too. We were going to leave you with an email as well that you can share with anyone, and I'll send it to you, but it's information. It's info@blackartspeaks.com, and that's where people can actually tell us things that they want us to think about capturing while we're doing it. So we'll make sure we share that as well.
Where are your business cards? No business?
I do have business cards. I don't know if do I have business cards with me? Okay. I'll make sure you get the email information.
I did want to add also, before Christian speaks, that there's some other partners within the village that are part, St. Monica's and Friendship Plaza. So that's, so they're going to get some history from some residents that actually live in Lincoln Heights as well. So I just wanted to point that out to council, that Michael Pearl is on board.
Yes.
Anything y'all want? Okay, all right, Chris.
Any more
You
questions?
got the floor.
Okay. What do you want me to? What part you want me to add? Oh, I know what part
So,
this is.
okay, let me just keep going then. So there's the second initiative that we're doing. I'm not sure how many people go up Reading Road and have seen the R that's standing up 12 feet high and the A that's standing up. Anyone seen that? You have? So that is letters from the Black Lives Matter mural. And what we did was we took those letters, and it is based on a poem that was written called We Want What You Want. And each letter has a theme. So the R in Roseline is based on the bias of black men and why it's so important for people to see black men as humans, etc. And then the A is based on gun violence, and it talks about we want people carrying the guns to have a desire to protect and not kill. So the artwork that you'll see in each of those letters are a little bit from the mural, but also representing the community and that message. Very costly. It cost us, I think, about a little over $30,000 a letter. But in addition to the letter, we did a lot of programming around those two subjects over the past 2 years. It took us a while to get it going, but now we're getting it going. And we would like to put the L in Lincoln Heights. And the L is based on, we have 2 L's that we're choosing from. So you'll be able to decide which letter and which one you really want to focus on from the theme of the poem. But we had Lincoln Heights Baptist, after we put up the R, they reached out to us about doing it, and a couple other folks. And we giggled because we already had planned on getting the L to Lincoln Heights. So that's something else that's coming. The only thing we're going to have to ask from you is that your group actually says yes and give us a letter that actually says you want to partner with us to make this happen. We help write the grants and get the money to get in there to make it happen and partner with you. But in order for us to put the letter up, we have to go through zoning, et cetera. But we need this council to say you want it. So that's the other thing that's coming. I'm not sure if this is time to take questions or we need to come back with more information about it. We have the finances for 2 more letters, and we're trying to get them in, at least approved, so we know we can make it happen.
So do you have an idea where you want to place the L?
I got
Come on, Chris.
Right now I have 2 options. I like right outside of the municipal.
Serenity Park.
Yes, ma'am, Serenity Park, and I also like where the Lincoln Heights
Sign, yeah.
Right now, those are the only two. Just thinking about programming, after we, possibly get the L, how much space we will have to bring groups and create an exhibit around the L. So right now, just those two spots.
All right, thank you.
I like that spot. Anybody?
I have another question, though.
Oh, go ahead.
I know you said it costs $30,000 per letter, right? I just don't want people to think that L is for Lachlan, so you can't do an H for Lincoln Heights.
We got 2 L's though, so they might, they can possibly request the other L.
So first of all, it depends on where you put it, and secondly is when I say programming, it is programming. By the time that letter comes up, everyone will know it's coming and what it's really about.
Okay.
So I don't think that there's the piece where anyone would think it would be for Lachlan. But, where you position it is important. And I've said, they gave us 3 spots for Avondale. And I said, we have to think about who owns it. We have to make sure we know that the grass will be cut around it. You have to think through the entire
And be
thing.
seen,
Yeah, and so we made sure the A and the R are on Reading Road.
Yeah.
And we're doing the B in Bond Hill, and they came up with some places. I'm like, it probably needs to be on Reading Road. So you should think about where traffic will go, et cetera. So I think that's important. But all of that will be a part of it. But we'll make sure they know the L is for Lincoln Heights.
I like the L. It represents Linda, so I'm good.
Oh, Linda. Okay.
Oh, I
We'll
get
make sure
L
they know it means
represent Laverne,
Linda.
huh?
Yeah,
There-
good.
there's
Think
all
about it.
kinds of things you can spell with that L. But really, I always want to focus on, it costs $30,000 to get the letter up. But a lot of the money we spent was probably another 20 just programming with people. We did things like we had community conversations. We talked with kids to talk about what we can do next. There's so much. I don't know if you guys know all the work he does. So we did just a lot. Because my goal in life is that when I say Black Lives Matter, it's a prayer for me. And it is that if we can teach our kids that they matter, everything would change. Everything would change when you feel something. So I put the responsibility on me and us to change us and let everyone else do what they're going to do. So when we change our community and we change our kids, then things change. And that's the entire goal. Art is just a way to calm voices so you can have a conversation. Like I said, I'm a banker. I can't even do stick people. They don't let me paint at all. But, I just found that art actually allows you to have those conversations. You have anything to add?
Can I add one key detail
Yes.
for that? One key detail about the design of the letter, we will get insight from the community. So it's not going to be like I come up with something and this is what it is. Everybody will have a chance to get insight. So it will be designed and catered to fit Lincoln Heights. Won't be no question about Lachlan. Ain't gonna be no Panthers on it. None of that. All right. So I'm throwing it out there.
Tigers.
Just want to add one more thing sort of on that theme of everything sort of that we'll be displaying or be working on is coming from the neighborhood itself. Especially me, to your question earlier about, being able to see the work. The way that we're sort of approaching the film is it's very much rooted, and I'm like the neighborhood is telling the story. So I'm here just to capture it, but there's so many beautiful things, even, just hanging out with Chris for a couple of days, going to different organizations and hanging out around the neighborhood. There's so much richness and beauty that is contrary to the unfavorable things that we sort of been talking about that people think about when they think about Lincoln Heights. And so just like the goal with the film and with the display with Blink is to really just push authenticity and honesty. And I think that there's so much, generational, just like the stories and people that have been through here that I think haven't had their stories told yet. And I'm excited to just learn more and be here for it. So.
One other thing I'll add is when we got started, we thought 1 minute, then we were like 2, then we were like, it might be 3 minutes per community and just loop. But one thing we did talk about is how do we make this maybe a 30-minute segment? So we'll be talking through that with a couple of folks we know in TV to see if we can make it something larger than just the three minutes after Blink. That's right. We'll only have 3 minutes in Blink, but after Blink.
Thank you.
Chris, I can't believe you don't have anything else to say.
He was shy up here, wasn't
I know.
I didn't know.
Well, since Vanita left, you want to speak for her a little bit?
Yes. So I thought, okay, where I am in life now, just like living my purpose that God gave me, I feel like the direction I'm going towards is being an advocate, obviously. It was always in my vision to, in a way, like transform Lincoln Heights from like a hood to a sustainable community, giving the children in the community the freedom to know that they can become something. A lot of times people aren't involved in, different things outside of the societal pressures because they don't know that it's possible. I didn't know I was smart as a kid. I didn't know until I got to almost college. So if we can start kids at an earlier age dreaming, creating goals, finding their purpose, I feel like it can help the whole community as a whole. Well, the community as a whole. I'm happy to be a part of this. I want to put Lincoln Heights in the best light as possible, and we need you guys to approve this and work with us.
I have a question. There are a couple of people on council that know you. Would
Yes,
you
ma'am.
tell us your history about Lincoln Heights, your part?
Yes, ma'am. So again, my name is Christian Dry. I don't know if you know my mom, Mary Dry. So my family is from here. You don't know the Dries?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
she's
you made
at-
that face like the
No,
Dries.
Tell her all
No,
day.
she's in my ear. So
Oh, okay, okay. I was like,
I'm trying to
dang.
get her to stop because I want you to tell me.
She off the chain.
What did you grow up here
So I
with your
grew up
parents?
here. My family is from here.
Yes.
We moved away in 4th grade. I came back my junior year of high school. I finished out at Princeton. Since I've been at St. Monica's working the last 7 years and mentoring in the community and just trying to play my part as much as possible. So even though I'm not at St. Monica's now, it's been 3 years, I'm still continuing my efforts and just trying to get used by God to do what I can.
I just wanted to know your connection.
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
all.
So
Thank you
you're
for
gonna be
asking.
shy in your artwork. You're gonna you get.
No, not at all, not at all. But I just want to make sure like every detail got
Yeah.
put out. I've been trying to be in a way in the background in this project the whole time. So we were up at St. Monica's and they walking past my artwork. I didn't even tell them. I was just trying to make sure the community of the village is in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Thank you.
All right.
Any more questions, council?
All right. Well, thank you so much, and we are looking forward to talking to you guys,
Thank you.
council, as we see if council's gonna give you the blessing to continue. But thank you so much. I asked them to come because I wanted to be transparent and make and bring the awareness to council that we have the great opportunity to be a part of Blink. That's a big thing. So thank you for considering Lincoln Heights. We
I have a
appreciate
question,
that.
Mayor.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
she was asking for approval, so we are motioning to participate in what? So is it Blink, or what is the overall thing that you need support from us for?
So Lincoln Heights has already been selected by Blink to be featured. I just felt it was disrespectful to come in the village and start shooting and feature, because a lot of people will get featured. We want to highlight council. We want to highlight what's her name, Miss
Lindsay.
No, she was a part of the first Lincoln Heights High School. Miss. She be on Facebook, Miss Tanya. She highlight everybody on Facebook.
Hazel.
Hey, Miss Hazel,
Oh, Wimberley.
and all the efforts. So we have like the Innovation Center, St. Monica's, the individual members, the Heights Movement, who put together the Lincoln Heights parade, the Lincoln Heights Block Party. Who put that? What's the organization called?
Let's
But
get,
it's a few micro organizations
Yes,
in
yes.
the community.
That's-
right.
This is a chance to highlight everybody from the youth up to our elders, the elder statesmen in the community.
Okay.
So we want your blessing, so to say. We want your blessing. We are in the community doing it. We are approaching it in a good light, and we just want to bring it to your awareness and get your approval.
Yes. So technically, from like a logistics standpoint, we just want, like the way things will roll out, we will be interviewing people from various organizations, people in the community, And we just want to make sure, ethically, obviously, we want to just make sure that you all are aware that we will be here, going to different events here and there, visiting, maybe even homes to that degree. But the specific ask is just awareness, and we just want to pay respect because we want to make sure that we are not intruding on anyone's space, and we want to honor the stories that y'all have. So
It'd have been crazy to put it out at Blink, like, oh, Lincoln Heights, and it'd been,
Yeah.
2 million people last time Blink came, and y'all have been like, what was that?
yeah.
Yeah, and I do think that when I submitted the request, it is twofold. It is making sure people like him, the two people behind me, and the 100 and something members we have of Black Art Speaks have a voice in Blink, an artistic moment to show what they do, because Blink brings in national folks and they make a lot of money, and I wanted people in our neighborhood to make some of that money just in the arts. That was one thing. But then the other thing is I want us to come down to see us. So we'll be coming saying, bring, I don't know, do I need to bring a bus down here? Like, how do we park? I want to make sure we all come down to actually see what's going on. So that's the second piece. And then the third thing, to their point, I'm personally going to be like, here's a note that says you guys talked about it and agreed for us to actually bring this together. I'm going to ask for that, just so you know that everyone has agreed or at least voted on it. It's the same thing we'll ask for with
Support
the AR.
letter.
Yes,
Okay.
a letter of support.
So, council,
Okay?
y'all want a motion, or y'all gotta think about it?
Hey, we all in. I'm in.
Okay.
So you wanna make
So I make a motion?
make a motion?
Yes, I make a motion that we design a letter or
Support.
we support the Black Art Speaks project, and we welcome them to our community, and we're looking forward for the presentation with the Blink
Second.
exhibit.
It's been moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No, any nays? Ayes have it. I'll get
And
that
just so you
support.
guys know, I'm from Dayton.
What part of Dayton? What part of Dayton?
Greenwich Village right there, Free Pike.
Uh-huh,
And,
okay.
yeah. Are you
Yeah,
from
Free
Dayton?
Trotwood, St.
Okay.
Margaret's.
Yes.
Back there, you do know that, don't you?
So thank you again.
Free Pike.
Madam Mayor, Council, thank you guys.
Thank you.
The clerk wanted to know if you could sign your names on the sign-in sheet. It's over to the right before you leave.
Madam Mayor, before we go further, can I just go back to an announcement? And part of it is part of something that Chris has done. So we always do a peace camp. We've been doing a peace camp for the last 3 years. The Episcopal churches in the Valley, St. Simon's, Ascension Holy Trinity, Christ Church, Glendale, and the Sisters of the Transfiguration. And we just finished a 2-day peace camp where we concentrate on mediation and conflict resolution. So as you listen to Duran talk, it reminded me that we just finished that 2-day. And when we first started, Chris was our first art person. And one of the projects that he did was with the marbles, or hit the marbles and the paint, where, you can't always control. That was, it just, he's good. Just let me say that. So we're growing, and through this program, we're able to pay artists. So we've had Chris. This year we have Mentia, and our program did it. And so just to let people know that there are organizations out there trying to address at an early age our children who need to understand control and parameters. And then we wrote a grant for with the Center for Social and Emotional Learning. Last year we were in Princeton, and we were renewed to go back into Princeton junior school and high school and work with the teachers and the kids, where they actually be the mediators and they help solve the problems that they create themselves. So I just want to thank Chris, because he was very instrumental in that.
All right, well, thank you guys for coming. All right. So we're going to go from a hearing from our residents. Pastor David Jackson of God's House.
To all the council, mayor, Councilman Mitchell, manager, who else we got here? All the council members. Just really appreciate the opportunity to come. My name is David Jackson. I'm pastor at God's House Church, and my thing is not so grandiose and wonderful, but
You
what we're
have
doing.
God.
Yes, I'm just saying what I'm bringing tonight. If I can talk about the Lord tonight, we'll be all in here jumping. There's a sign right by our church that had been put there a few years back, maybe 2015 or 2014, and I have the resolution here that you all had made. Well, not you all, but I don't know who all was there at that time. But the sign is saying no parking. And one of our one of our members got a letter, let me get it real quick, from a police officer, and he's just doing his job. I'm not upset about that. It was a traffic warning citation. And I had some time ago asked if the sign could be changed or if the sign could be removed from that particular spot. I'm told that the reason why the council said no parking on Leggett, on Leggett, that because some men were at the top of Leggett, were working on cars, and the cars were blocking the way for the metro to come down. Well, we have very limited parking here in front of the church, and I'm seeing that it's going to be a recurring problem if new officers come in and they don't know about this other resolution that you made. So the signs all the way down Leggett are saying no parking, but then you made a resolution, the council then in 2015 made a resolution stating, and do y'all want me to pass this out to you all?
Just read it.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Are you getting more than one copy? Go ahead.
It states, and I'll just go, whereas council for the Village of Lincoln Heights previously passed 2014 R56 prohibiting parking on the east and west sides of Leggett Street between Shoemart Avenue and Prairie Avenue. Whereas members of God's House need to park on the west side of Leggett Street between Bird Avenue and Stephen Avenue on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday during church service. And whereas council for the Village of Lincoln Heights deems that it would be in the best interest of the village to allow said members to do so, now therefore be it resolved by the council for the Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, that Section 1, members of God's House may park on the west side of Leggett Street between Bird Avenue and Stephen Avenue to attend church service on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Wednesday and Friday from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Section 2, the pastor of God's House shall issue members a placard to be placed on the dashboard of their vehicle for such purpose. Any member failing to properly display the placard is subject to the provisions of Title 7, Chapter 76, Section 76, and so forth. Section 3, this resolution is hereby declared to be an emergency measure necessary for the health, safety, and general welfare of the Village of Lincoln Heights. The reason for said emergency is the need to allow members of God's House to park on the west side of Leggett Street between Bird Avenue, Stephen Avenue, so they can attend church service. So my request is, seeing that it will be can be a recurring problem if officers, because it was this past Saturday, but we've had that issue where a new officer will come and put something on our car, and I have to come out and I say, hey, we have this. And they're cool, and I'm not against them in one bit. I really appreciate and I respect our officers wherever. But they're doing their job. and they see a no parking sign, and then they see cars there, and they might not see our placard because it says no parking. And I'm asking that either that no parking sign could be removed, or a new parking sign could be put there saying parking by permit only for church services, something of that nature, or no parking except by permit for church services per resolution number, whatever y'all would decide. So I have 4 reasons. First, such wordage or something similar to it would enable the village to maintain no parking in the rest of the Leggett street. Secondly, there is another church that I know is at least on Leggett in the northern portion of Leggett, so it would not be just for our congregation. Third, we could still provide placards. We will still provide placards for the congregation. And fourth, our congregation meets, and I have here, but we meet every day of the week. Like the gentleman, the people before, I'm doing something as well at our church. It's called a youth enrichment camp, and I'm getting young people together, Monday and Tuesdays and other days of the week. We're doing trips. I'm not teaching them how to play ball. I'm not teaching them, just taking them out and just go to parks. I'm teaching them how to work. And I'm teaching them how to work. First thing we do is we have a Bible class, Bible study, and we pray. And then we go and I teach them something to do with their hands. We're working on their reading. Some of our congregation is Black. And sadly, a lot of our children in our congregation are from the inner city. They don't live here in Lincoln Heights right now. And various ones are below the reading level for their age. And I'm working with them. But I need, we're there. People are coming. Parents are coming. We're parking. And they asked me last week, they said, it says, Pastor, we're going to be doing this. You're going to keep this going past the summer. And I paused for a minute. I said, yeah, maybe on some Saturdays because they go back to school. I said, what, y'all want to keep it going? They said, yeah. I'm teaching these young people how to work. They're painting. We built a park bench. I'm teaching 6-year-olds to 20, girls and boys. I have people coming in from other churches teaching things, and they're parking. So I'm just asking if we can get that sign changed. I'm not asking for you to change everything just for us, but if we can change that sign saying parking by permit, that's all I'm asking, and we can give them have a placard available. And that way, when people are coming, what I would like to do is maybe get some stickers made, kind of like the park district, and our regular members can have a sticker to keep in their windshield. That way it doesn't fall in a way where the cops might not see it. But also to have some what we give to people if they're a visitor and they don't realize what's going on. They may not see, they may park up above or something, or see other people park and say, oh, I guess it's okay to park. But that other aspect is with the time frame that is currently set according to this resolution. Sometimes we're there past 10, or sometimes we're there all night. Sometimes we're there very early. And I'm just asking for, better leeway for us on that aspect. I think we're doing a good work. We might not be as big as some other people, but I'm helping a handful. And I believe, like these other people believe, that we got to start young. And I'm trying to, and it ain't easy. I drive Monday and Tuesday picking up these young people, about 2 hours pick up, 2 hours drop off, and I'm tired, but I love it, And I'm just asking for a little help on that regard, because I'm like today, people came to help, and I'm like, man, I hope they don't get a ticket, and I shouldn't have to be in that regard. So that's what I'm asking, if you all could consider that and show us some mercy and just change a sign and saying parking by permit, and that way the police officers won't keep giving citations or tickets, and we don't have to have a bad encounter with police officers. I did have one some time ago, and he was kind of snippy with me about it. So I don't want negativity with police officers, because I like our police officers. I wave at my police officers, and I don't mind being supportive of them, and I don't want there to be a bad encounter with someone who may not be as spiritual as myself or gracious as myself because of something so simple as that. So with that said, I ask y'all to think about that and just let me know. Thank you, appreciate it. Is there any questions for me?
Anyone? Thank you, Pastor, for coming, and I'm sure Mr. Lemon will follow up with you as he talks with the sheriff's office as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to grab a couple of these things here.
All right. Huh?
I had one other issue. I don't know, there's a house, an abandoned house next door to us, to our church, and it has been abandoned for a number of years, and has gone, whoever owns it, it has gone, just, it looks bad. Somebody recently, some men came recently cutting down a lot of the tree and growth that was there from around the house, but they left the piles of it right next to our home, to our church, and it's going to be an attraction for vermin. And I don't know if y'all know about what's going on there. The house next door to us on Bird, and I just want to ask if y'all can look into that to see if we can get those piles of rubbish removed.
That goes to Mr. Lemon.
Okay.
Mr. Lemon, did you want to address it real quick?
If you could provide the address.
Yes, sir.
So that we know, because we recently passed a property maintenance code, and we're going to be going throughout the village to get people to comply with the new code. And obviously, from what you're describing, this house does not fit the code. There's a process that we'll go through in terms of trying to remedy the situation. And if that fails, then we can, there is a process for condemning a house and then demolishing it. So there are options available to address that. But the first would be through the property maintenance code, assuming we can find the owner. If we can't find the owner, then we'll probably have to go through other steps. But we will make an attempt to resolve that issue for you.
Okay. Thank you. And so I'll just need to get your
I do have a
number
question.
now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Reverend Jackson, I was wondering have you thought of other alternatives to parking on the street? Are there other properties around that maybe you would be able to acquire?
Well, I would be interested in that house that's next door to us, that piece of property. We do have the field there that people do park in, but it becomes a problem when we have bad rain or it's wintertime and there's snow out. When it's wintertime, that it gets soft, and we do have elderly people, and that's mainly the thing that I'm mindful of, that the elderly can't walk through that grass, and it's an uneven pavement right now, and we don't have the money to make a parking lot. So they typically will park on that Leggett so that they're right there close to the door. So that's that issue.
And how many parking spaces are you?
What's that?
How many parking spaces are you saying that you would need?
Well, I don't know how many what is that? I mean, that little block right there is about 7, 8 cars.
About 7, 8 cars.
Yeah, about 7 or 8 cars. That's all that little block holds. But it's key for, you know, people who do come.
Okay. I was just wondering if there was other alternatives to parking on the street, or if parking on the street would accommodate everything that you need in order for the,
No, it's
for your
it's a
congregation.
part of the accommodation. So people park in the field. People actually they're trying to park on other streets, and the younger people typically can park, you know, farther away. But my main concern is having that space for the older. Then you know, there's another church there on Bird, and so they have a large congregation. They don't just park in their parking lot; they park on the street as well. But then you have residents that pretty much take up all the parking on Bird. So you know, it's just what it is. I mean, I'm not complaining about it, but the little spot we do have, we need it.
Okay. Just wanted to consider.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Okay, all right. So we're going to go through the agenda so we can get through the old business. Ms. Randolph, do you have any communication?
None.
Okay. Only thing I have is the small mayor's monthly report for June 2024. Total to the state, $75. Total area fines, external agencies, $0. Total other entities, $3. Total bonds forfeited to the village, $0. Total to the village, including miscellaneous receipts and adjustments, $352.30. And total to be dispersed, $430.30. Attached is the bank reconciliation. Is there any questions? If there are no questions, motion to receive the monthly court report.
Move to receive the monthly report, the mayor's report.
Okay. Is there a second? I'll second. It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. Mr. Lemon, did you have any communications? Or did you want to put that in miscellaneous?
We can do miscellaneous. It's very short tonight.
All right. Okay, okay. All right, then we'll go straight into the old business, or for the second reading of Resolution 2024-67.
You have nothing for Mr. Depop, number 4?
Oh, you're gonna go, okay, I'm sorry.
Just in full disclosure, my special needs child is in a school district program that we get up for at 6:15 a.m., so I've got to get out of here. So I will be quick, and I just asked if we could move through everything quickly. Primarily what we focused on this month, of course, is the levies. We had a lot of back and forth with Mr. Steiner, who was here. Been very helpful. Focus has been on the business license cases, getting the scheduling order set and starting discovery in those cases. And then, of course, the traditional work with legislation and attending meetings and the other day-to-day affairs of the village. Thank you.
All right. That was small. We'll bring it back in Mr. Lane. Is that okay, Mr. Lemon?
Do what?
Your report. Did you want?
That's it.
It's,
It's small. Okay. All right.
I can skip it if you'd like.
It's whatever y'all want to do. Since it's the essence of time, I wanted to get these through. All right. What's your pleasure, council, on second reading of Resolution 67?
And just a reminder, since it is the second reading, by default, it's by title. So the only motion would be if somebody wants it read by its entirety.
Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, Resolution Number 2024-R-67, resolution declaring the necessity to levy a renewal of a tax in excess of the 10 mil limitation for the current expenses of the Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, and requesting the county auditor to certify matters in connection therewith.
Motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
It's been moved in second.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
No.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munya.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
No.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 4 aye votes, 2 nay. The motion does not pass.
Second reading of resolution 2024 R68.
Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, resolution number 2024-R-68, resolution declaring the necessity to levy an increase of a tax in excess of the 10 mil limitation for the current year for current expenses of the Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, and requesting county auditor to certify matters in connection therewith.
Motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Okay. That Nona?
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me. So do you have questions? Are we asking questions for each one? I mean,
Go ahead.
typically. All right, so my question, I just want clarification. So voting on these 3 allow us to let the people, all the residents in Lincoln Heights, vote on whether or not they want additional taxes. Is that right? That's what we're voting on. We're not voting to say, yes, we're going to raise the taxes. We are voting to allow residents to put this on the ballot, to allow the residents to tell the village, yes, I want taxes, or no, I want taxes. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm understanding that we are voting to allow residents to speak on the ballot. We're not voting to say, yes, we're going to raise the taxes.
Right.
All
It's for to allow the residents their choice. If
Their
they
choice is to, okay, thank you.
Question.
Want. Yes.
In committee of the whole, we have the auditor's office here, and one of the representatives from the auditor's office stated specifically that if we do nothing with the current levies, those levies will remain in place, and we have until 2025 to make the final determination. Is that what I heard?
You asking me?
I was asking
Yes.
anybody? Okay, thank you.
Okay.
But with less money, right? We're not going to get additional funds to start coming in 2024 to keep the village in financial stability. So that's the difference. That's why I was asking the question, because I want to make sure that even though the auditor said, yeah, we don't do nothing, we have the same amount of money coming in, but yet we just saw in the tax budget that we're over $800,000 in the hole going into 2025. But if we put this on the ballot and the residents vote yes, I would like to keep it, I would like to do an increase that would allow us to begin for 2025 to have a little bit more money to meet that $800,000 or more deficit. Is that not right, Mr. Lemon?
Yes, that's correct.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay.
May I ask the question, please?
Yes.
The money, the extra money that we have received for the taxes going up, does that reflect this estimate for this this resource, this budget plan? Did it reflect the extra money that has came in? No.
It does not,
Okay.
and the reason it doesn't is because I didn't know the numbers until this evening.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Are there any more questions? All right. Roll call.
Council, excuse me.
You already did the motion to suspend, right? And it was a 4-2 vote against it, wasn't it?
No.
That was for the
No,
one
that was the
before that.
previous
Did the
one.
vote yet? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, for suspension of the rules for resolution 2024-R-68. Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
No.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munia.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
No.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 4 aye votes, 2 nay. The motion does not pass.
Second reading of resolution 2024-R-69.
Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, resolution number 2024-R-69. Resolution declaring the necessity to levy an increase of a tax for the current year for the police protection services in excess of the 10 mil limitation in the Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, and requesting the county auditor to certify matters in connection therewith.
A motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
No.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munia.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
No.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 4 aye votes, 2 nay. The motion does not pass.
Repealing for the operating. Okay. First reading, new business, first reading of resolution 2024-R-70. What's your pleasure, council? This is the first reading.
Motion
Just
to,
read by title, I mean.
Okay.
We've already
So she started
had it
reading.
earlier. Right.
Wait a minute, she needs to know who giving the first and second. Ms. Mitchell, were you giving the first?
Sorry.
Were you giving the first?
Oh, you motion. Did you
Oh,
make
yes,
the motion?
yes, I did.
Okay.
Sorry.
Who's giving the second? I will, Mayor. Okay.
Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, resolution number 2024-R-70. Resolution repealing 2024-R-64, resolution declaring the necessity to levy a replacement of a tax for the current year for fire and EMS in excess of the 10 mil limitation in the Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, and requesting county auditor to certify matters in connection therewith.
Motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Wait a minute, she gotta do the
Do the vote.
call.
I didn't do the vote. Councilwoman, oh wait, I did that wrong.
There was a
Okay.
motion by Ms. Mitchell, then a second by the mayor, and then
So
there
that
was a reading. What was the original motion?
To read by title.
To read by title only.
But we don't have to, right?
Everybody's received this over a week ago.
Yeah.
So we don't need a motion by title. Do you want to
Right.
withdraw your motion?
This is
Yeah,
the
I
one
withdraw
that
it,
you
but-
got that they didn't do.
Right, but
Okay.
the mayor was asking, I mean, we were waiting, so I just thought I did it, but I thought we only read it if somebody wants to read it in its entirety. If we already had it, we just read it, right?
This is the one you got before we did.
This on 70 or 71?
This is 70.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So, Ms. Mitchell, you withdraw your motion?
Yes, I rescind my motion.
We've already had the first reading.
Motion to, any questions? Any questions on this resolution? This is the one that we talked about in committee of the whole, that we have to repeal this resolution. If not, the residents will be having a higher increase.
So we are
We have to-
we're
we have to-
repealing this so that our residents won't have high tax.
Yes,
Alright,
because we voted on 64 and we're pulling that back.
Repealing this, so it won't go on the levy.
Yes,
It won't go on
Go on the ballot.
the ballot.
right.
Okay. So are we asked to suspend the rules?
Yes.
The motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Okay. All right. Yes.
Okay, Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Abstain.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munya,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes, 1 abstention. The motion does pass.
Motion to receive for passage.
Second.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber, Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munya,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes, 1 abstention. The motion does pass.
Is the emergency clause involved?
No.
Okay. So that's done.
That one's done for 70. You have to do 71 now. Motion order on resolution R71.
Oh, okay. Just read it.
I'm gonna read this one, Lisa.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
I'm
just
sorry.
read it, right?
Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, Resolution Number 2024-R-71, Resolution repealing 2024-R-66, Resolution declaring the necessity to levy a replacement of a tax for the current year for police protection services in excess of the 10 mil limitation in the Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, and requesting county auditor to certify matters in connection therewith.
The motion to suspend.
Second.
Moved in second.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Abstain.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munya,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes, 1 abstention. The motion does pass.
Motion to receive for passage.
Second.
Which one?
Ms. Mitchell.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber, Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munya,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes, 1 abstention. The motion does pass.
No emergency clause on this.
Is
either.
that the end of that one?
Supplemental agenda. Motion order for first reading of resolution R 2024-R72.
Just read it, no motion needed.
Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, Resolution Number 2024-R-72, a resolution authorizing an agreement with the Regional Income Tax Authority to collect on delinquent tax accounts.
Motion to suspend the rules.
Question?
Question?
Sorry, there's a motion.
It's okay.
Is there a second? I'll second.
Okay, then your question.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
On the legal authorization form, which one of those boxes are we selecting?
All of them.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
What is this, what was the question? I'm sorry.
no, it was,
R-72.
vote.
The question is to suspend the rules.
Oh, the suspended rules. No.
No. Okay.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Muia,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes, 1 abstention. The motion does pass.
She had a no vote.
I'm
not a-
sorry, 1
no.
nay.
Yeah.
5 aye votes, 1 nay. The motion does pass.
Okay, motion to receive for passage.
Second.
Been moved in second.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
No.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Muia,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes, 1 nay. The motion does pass.
This one does have emergency clause.
You want to do the emergency clause, please? Motion to accept the emergency clause,
Second.
to adopt the emergency clause, I'm sorry.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
No.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Muia,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes, 1 nay. The motion does pass.
First reading of Resolution 2024-73.
Motion to hear in its entirety.
Motion to read in its entirety.
What is that? That's,
That would be
73.
yeah.
All
T.
right.
Key.
I second it.
Okay. Okay, and Baber. Roll call.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Yes.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Muia,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell, Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 6 aye votes. The motion does pass. Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, Resolution Number 2024-R-73, resolution authorizing the interim village manager to sell certain real estate, whereas the following real estate belonging to the Village of Lincoln Heights is not needed for any municipal purposes, to wit: parcel number 594-0050-0153-00, commonly known as 923 Van Buren Avenue, Lincoln Heights, Ohio, 45215. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council for the Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, that Section 1, the interim village manager is hereby authorized to sell the above described real estate to James Maben for the sum of one.
I just said, oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Sorry. Section 1, the interim village manager is hereby authorized to sell the above described real estate to James Maben for the sum of $1,000. Section 2, the sale shall be made under the specific terms and conditions as are set forth in the purchase agreement attached as Exhibit A. This resolution is hereby declared to be an emergency measure necessary for the health, safety, and general welfare of the Village of Lincoln Heights. The reason for said emergency is the need to dispose of property no longer needed for a municipal purpose. I read exhibit right.
Hmm?
I read exhibit right.
No. No. Okay, all right.
Is that an attachment? Is that what that is? Attachment. Exhibit A. All right.
All right, is there a motion to suspend? Motion to suspend?
Look down that way, see if somebody wants to suspend the rules.
A motion to suspend.
Thank you. Second.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
No.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munya.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
No.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 4 aye votes, 2 nay. The motion does not pass.
All right, so that will be at their next meeting for a second. All right, any miscellaneous business?
Mayor,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to make a motion to excuse Councilmember Durance Daniels from this meeting.
Second.
Who second?
I second it.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead. It's been moved in second. Oh, did you hear?
I'm gonna write it down. Motion to excuse Councilman Daniels. I wanted to make sure I
Okay,
had it written.
I have a question. Did you receive notice? Did you receive a call?
I have not received anything prior to me coming here when the meeting started, so I don't know if he has in fact sent something after we started our meetings.
Okay, all right, thank you. Roll call.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
Yes.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munya.
No.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
No.
Councilwoman, I'm sorry, I apologize. Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter.
No.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
No.
We have 4 nay votes, 2 aye votes. The motion does not pass.
Thank you. All right, motion for adjournment.
Motion.
Been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Have a good night.